This brings us to the last item on the agenda tonight, which is a presentation on Eye on Water, a water usage monitoring program that's available for almost all residents. And I think we will hear a little bit more about that. A presenter tonight will be Victoria Walsh from the utility billing, is our utility billing manager. And Mr. Pavlik.
Thank you, Mr. Pato. So I just wanted to take a quick opportunity to bring this project to the finish line. As some of you know, I was the water and sewer superintendent prior to taking this role as manager of operations. The board was extremely supportive through the entire 5+ years for the project. I did want to recognize Jamal Jones, who is the current water and sewer superintendent, who was a big part of the installations, the implementation of the project, getting in people's houses during a very challenging time, and Brian Snell, the assistant superintendent. And I also wanted to just recognize Mr. Pensino very quickly for putting this team together, putting us all together to actually get this project to where it's at. Very successful, good numbers. What Victoria is going to talk about tonight, related to what the national numbers are very impressive to where the community is and how hard she's worked on getting us there. So I did want to thank the board for all the support. We had a few updates during the project. I do appreciate all the support we had from the community. The manager's office, I think we've involved council. There wasn't anybody who wasn't involved. So it was a very successful project and a good project to be a part of. So I do thank you. And that, I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Walsh.
Hi. Okay. So thank you for having me. I'm excited to kind of give you guys an update on the AMI project. So we currently have 15,552 active accounts for both domestic and irrigation. And out of that, 15,211 are on our AMI system. I won't go through all the numbers specifically by year, but I did break it down from the beginning of the project through a week ago when I put this together. So there's 341 meters that are still left to be upgraded. And out of that, there's 107 that we have labeled as an iron service, which means we're waiting for them to have their service line replaced to have their meter replaced. So this leaves us to about 2% of the accounts that we have that still need an upgraded meter. If you don't mind. Oh, thank you. So what we're seeing now, so like the pros of having this system, we're having a big reduction in estimated billings, which is amazing. So we're able to catch issues with the meters that we have installed ahead of time before we can go out and start reading, so we can contact people. So for example, today I actually sent out a mass email to people who have meters that aren't communicating properly, et cetera. So we're trying to get ahead of that until we have to read for the fall billing in September. There's less customer inquiries and more effective customer service. So because we have a portal, the Eye on Water portal, our customers can access detailed water usage and leak alerts from anywhere they have internet or cell service. And this has effectively enabled them to catch drastic leaks before they become a pricey problem. And with our ability to view that same data, we're able to provide better customer service, more detailed customer service. If someone calls, says, I have a high bill, we can say, hey, it looks like in this period of time, you had an issue. So do you know anything that happened? Or there's something still going on. There's a leak of 1.2 gallons per hour. It's probably a toilet. There's the decrease in abatements, which I did the math for a presentation I gave a year ago. It was a 70% decrease in 10 years. So again, that's a big thanks to Eye on Water. And because our customers have a better understanding of their usage, they're catching these leaks before they rack up. And additionally, we have nice checks and balances on our side to make sure that if someone's applying for an abatement, we can check that they actually had a leak, and we can confirm that and kind of align it with any kind of receipts that they provide us as well. So it helps us be able to keep it more honest. And then streamlined billing process. This new system has made it a lot easier and more efficient to be able to process a bill run. So it's not like we're sending, people out for 8 weeks to read meters. And it's been a lot more efficient to be able to send the bills out on time. I mean, it's been great. So the fun stuff, customer engagement. We have just over 5,200 domestic and irrigation accounts that have signed up for Ion Water. This puts us at about 34% of participation on the customer portal, which is dramatically higher than other communities nationwide. I actually was at a conference last year, and when I told them I had at the time, I think I had like 23%, and this was 4 Badger meters. Everyone was floored that I had double digits, let alone in the 20s. So the fact that we're at 34, almost 35, toot toot, very impressive. And we've pushed really hard for the engagement on this. I changed the language on the utility bills. We've sent mailings. We send instructions on how to sign up with every appointment. Every time people go to an appointment, we always send instructions out. We do instruction inserts in abatement letters, emails to new residents after finals have been produced, and then word of mouth. So every time someone calls, we always try to make sure we encourage them to get on if they're not. And then we also try to encourage people who are on, hey, tell your neighbors about this. Like, they might really like it. So those have all been very effective. Thank you. So again, I won't go through all of those numbers, but we had a really big engagement in the kickoff because we rolled it out in July in 2022. So obviously that's when we saw the big boom. But we have continued to really push people to keep getting on Ion Water. And we're looking to push that participation to at least 50%. That was a goal we talked about at the commencement of this project. So, if anybody wants to throw some ideas my way that can help us get the word out and advertise this, I fully encourage that. I am hosting a webinar next week, so please tell your friends and neighbors. Next Tuesday at 6 p.m. It's all virtual, and I have a whole slideshow about how to sign up, etc. So please spread the word on that. And again, open for other suggestions. So the webinar next week, just a brief overview. I will show our customers this kind of dashboard. This is for the Public Works building. We'll talk about what the app is, how to sign up and how to access, how to navigate the dashboard, catching leaks and signing up for those alerts, linking accounts. A lot of people don't realize that you have to link, if you have 2 accounts, you have to link them. And then using the help feature, which provides a lot of additional resources if anybody has an issue. And that's it.
Thank you very much for this presentation. I will say that fairly recently, earlier this month, there was a series of questions on the Lexington email list asking about, how do I know if I have a meter that works, an AMI meter? So there were a number of people in town who aren't familiar with the program. And the fact that we're at 98% installed and that people, just about everybody, can choose to access this application is wonderful. So I will be taking today's video recording at Lex Media and putting that out for that public social media account so that some more people be aware. But I think it really is helpful for us all to create that word of mouth, because it's very few people for whom this isn't available. And one of the things you did point out was in our older system, 6-month periodic water readings, you could have had a leak running for 6 months before you had any sense that there was a problem. And now, within hours or day, you can be informed, and that saves everybody money.
Yeah.
Colleagues. Mr. Lucente.
The signups are really impressive. I mean, before I got to this slide, I thought, it was probably all the really interested people the first year, and then it would drop off. I'm pleasantly surprised to see this many people getting engaged on an ongoing basis. So I'm excited that you'll hit 50% at some point. My one suggestion was, and maybe you've already done this, but the farmers market might be a good spot. I know we have a tent there for a municipal government, and we swap out who's there every week. I think that might be a good.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that.
Good place to get in front of some people that may be interested. So thank you for all the work on this, and thank you to the team for all the work in the water department. We're very lucky in Lexington to have such excellent water. I think sometimes we all take it for granted, especially when you go other parts of the country and you see, oh wow, nobody drinks the water because it's disgusting, or it's just not. I love coming home and having a nice glass of water. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lucente. Ms. Kumar.
I have to say that I was not aware of this. And I know that I'm in a minority, thankfully so. And the first thing I did as I was going through this preparation for today's meeting is I sent that link to my husband. So between the two of us, we can, keep track of and keep an eye on water usage. Now, this is a great program, and I think, as Mr. Lucente said, I think we are really fortunate in Lexington to have this creativity and the use of technology and, completely enhancing our services and for our residents, every year, in every function, every service. So thank you.
Mr. Sandin.
I love the Iron Water app. And it's kind of helpful when you're like doing power washing of the house or things like that. You can figure out what's actually going on. And so one of the things I've mentioned in the past is that we have this wonderful app that's in gallons, and then we bill in hundreds of cubic feet. And
You can change that.
If there's some way that we could coordinate, and I would love if we could. We also bill in tiers. So if there was some way you could tell when you're getting close to a tier on the Iron Water, it would be a nice thing as well. But I love the app, and thank you for all your help.
And since this is a public outreach element, I'll ask if there's any public comment. Not that people need to get up. Very good. So thank you all for staying late, and we appreciate the work you're doing very much. Thank you.
Good luck.